Hello, gorgeous. I'm Kai Clifford, your spiritual guide and energy alchemist. Today, we're going to talk about opening your portal of receiving. So we all want to receive more, right? And it's so easy to see in little ways how we block receiving, such as not receiving compliments very well. Did you know that even resisting giving your time and energy to your own creative pursuits is a block to receiving? Because we actually have this deep need to give and to create. It takes a lot of psychic energy to block the receiving. So as you know, I'm Kai Clifford, your spiritual guide and energy alchemist. And today I'm wearing my pink hairs. For those of you that have been around for a while, you know sometimes I wear my regular hair. Sometimes I like to wear different colored hairs. It's all in the name of fun. So let me know if you like this color or if you like one of my other ones better. So let's talk about receiving and how it all starts in your body. It all starts in your beliefs and the way you feel, and mostly it starts in your connection with you and your connection with God. If you prefer the words of divine, the universe, infinite spirit, they all work around here. As long as you understand that there's a one true living creator that's fractaled down, right? It's fractaled itself down into all these limited separate pieces, and we are one of those pieces individually, but we're all one, just with little walls in between us that aren't real, like they're not really separate, right? So the more you can understand that it's not just you creating, you actually have access to the divine power, but you have to call upon it. You have to be aware of it. You need to adore it. You actually need to adore the divine creator. Your mighty I am presence is the best way to understand that every time you say I am, you are creating, whether it's negative or positive, you are creating. I am that I am. I am that I am. And what you're saying is, whatever the thing you're saying is, I am that as God is that. I am that as the creator is that. Right? Now, I also like to think that I am that I am. That is also another word for blank. I am blank, I am. So I am confident, I am. I am blank, confident, I am blank, I am. I am confident, I am. I am bad, I am. And whatever you plug into the word where that is what you become. So when you invoke the word I am, it's actually God's name, the divine's name. Now, if you're not sure about this side of it, it doesn't really matter. Just understand that this life force that flows through you, that beats all of our hearts, is this creator. Now, if you've been following me for a while and you're still watching, likely you already do have your own connection with God, the creator, infinite spirit. You've already been through the ups and the downs. Maybe you've already healed religious trauma or atheist trauma. I know I had to heal atheist trauma. I heal a lot of people. A lot of my clients come to me with religious trauma, and through our work together, usually working on something else like their business, visibility fears, stepping out on camera, even healing their body, their money stuff, their relationships. I mean, the list goes on. But basically, anything that you want to live, anything that you want to elevate in your life, you come to me and I show you where the emotional blocks are in the body, and we clear them and elevate them together. We purify your negativity and we make you the most confident, strongest, happiest, most successful person that you've ever been, right? But what happens? So when people come to me with a religious trauma, my work, we heal that concurrently with whatever we're actually working on, and it brings you closer to the divine. Now, some people like to think of it as God, some people like to think of it as spirit. It doesn't really matter, as I'd already said, as long as you think of the one true living creator. And then, so when you understand that it's not just you, and that there really is a higher power that is on your side, and even when it seems like things aren't working out, they're just karmic lessons. They're just helping you develop yourself into the person who can hold them. Things like that. There's multiple reasons. This is when you can trust. And trust is a choice. Faith is a choice. The more you trust, the more you create things to trust. The more you fear, the more you create the things to fear. And we don't want that. But yet people are so used to using their imagination for fear. Now, when it comes to receiving, think about spending money. If you were to invest in something big, right? As you hit the send button, would you feel like, okay, well, that's a block to receiving. When you know how to go in and find the reason for that, the actual belief underneath it, and purify it and change it, that's when money starts to come in. But it's usually not just the one belief. There's usually a whole set of beliefs too about how life works, about it not being safe for some reason, or something to do with worthiness, to do with impressing people, beliefs you grew up with about how hard it has to be, how much time it has to take. I mean, I could go on talking about different options of beliefs you might have that block your receiving for an hour. Literally, I could do that. But nobody wants to hear that. If you want help finding out your specific blocks to receiving, blocks to success, blocks to true fulfillment, true health, true vitality, then work with me one-to-one. I am one of the best. I have helped so many people around the world for the last 14 years. And I can tell you, they tell me that they feel more like themselves than ever before, but a completely different person. Once they do my work, opportunities open and flow through their lives. Like, I mean, so many things, whether it's like an increase in orders and like followers, their follower count growing, and then going on an exciting trip where beforehand they were maybe really too scared to even hop in a car, or things like that. Like, so many things will change that you think aren't related, that you think aren't important, but it's all connected. So come to me to elevate your business. If you're already a motivated, spiritual, intuitive woman, you are willing to do the work. You're willing to invest in yourself. You are willing to see things differently. You know that the true magic comes from having an expert guide you through so you can cut the learning curve out by 5-10 years. This stuff that we do in our mind is really quite complex for some of the deepest stuff with our subpersonalities. So if you do want help with that, reach out with me and you can apply to be one of my one-to-one clients. I do have limited spots because I put in a lot of energy, I pour in a lot of love, and I have a lot of experience, skill, and genius. So of course it is priced accordingly, but it is so worth it. So for those of you that are ready to just blow up your life in the best way and to elevate yourself on every level, from business to visibility to even your health, your well-being, and your relationships, and your ability to manifest, then I'm your girl. I'm Kai Clifford, your spiritual guide and energy alchemist. And remember, look at how you feel when you go to spend money, when people give you compliments, when literally anything that happens that revolves you receiving or giving. Notice where you feel resistance, where you tense up, where you feel pushed forward and driven because doesn't feel safe to relax or stop. These are all blocks to receiving. And once you get good at finding it in yourself, that's when you can purify these parts of you and ascend. You have a wonderful day. Please share this if this has called to you. You never know whose life you will change just with one simple share. One simple share. Bingo bango. I thought I was going to get through the whole video without getting tongue twisted, but I didn't. That's okay. Okay, gorgeous. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon.